Good day everyone, I am Limas from BSHM 3B, and today I am going to report Chapter 9, Laws Regulating Travel and Tour Services. So our learning objectives, enumerate the procedure in setting up a travel agency, identify the responsibilities of a legitimate travel agency or tour operator, differentiate ethical from unethical practices by travel agencies and tour operators, and give example of issues, concerns, and problems travel agency and tour operators may have in the conduct of their business. So, as part of our tourism industry, the pivotal role of travel agencies is regarded as revenue support of the nation's economy. So, considering that our tourism industry has already become a matter of public interest, it calls from its promotion and regulation by our government. The laws regulating travel and tour services in this chapter involve implementing rules and regulations by the Department of Tourism and Supreme Court decisions which define the nature of the business of a travel agency and tour operator. So we have the nature and description of the business. So tour operator shall mean an entity which may either be a single proprietorship, partnership, or corporation regularly engaged in the business of extending to individuals or group such services pertaining to arrangements and bookings for transportation and or a conduct of inbound tours whether or not for fee, commission, or any form of the compensation. So, tour guide shall mean an individual who guides tourists, both foreign and domestic, for a fee, commission, or any form of lawful remuneration. So, discussion of the law. Under Republic Act number 8239, also known as the Philippine Passport Act of 1996, renewal of application for the issuance of passport may be filed by any licensed travel agency duly accredited by the Department of Foreign Affairs, provided that the agent shall be responsible for the authenticity of the supporting documents being presented to meet the requirements for the application of passports. So, a travel agency's services include procuring tickets and facilitating travel permits or visas, as well as booking customers for tours. So, the relation of a travel agency with respect to a common carrier is that it merely acts as an agent of the common carrier. Accreditation of travel agencies and tour operators. So, the law, Section 2, who may apply for accreditation. So, the following may apply for accreditation as tour operator and travel agency. So, we have a resident Filipino citizen, a partnership organized under the laws of the Philippines, at least 60% of its capital being owned by the Filipino citizens, and corporation organized under the laws of the Philippines, at least 60% of the subscribed common or voting shares of stocks of which is owned by Filipino citizens, and the composition of its board of directors being at least 60% Filipinos. Then we have Section 3. For purposes of accreditation, so the following are the supporting documents to be submitted with the applications. So we have, in case of a single proprietorship, a business name, certificate, and all amendments thereto. In the case of partnership or corporation, is a certified through copy of the articles of the partnership or incorporation and its bylaws and amendments thereto duly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Then we have a complete list of its executive officers and employees, so tour guide and travel representatives. Then for alien officers and employees, so valid visa from the Bureau of Immigration and the proper permit from the Department of Labor and Employment. Then contract of lease or contract to lease the office space intended for the agency or in the absence thereof, sworn statement by the lessor that said agency is a lessee of his building stating the area thereof. Then the mayor's permit or municipal license. Then we have latest income tax return and audited financial statements reflecting a minimum working capital of 500,000 pesos. Then annual performance report on the sales production and the tariff sheet detailing services, rates and validity, terms or conditions and responsibilities. And the last is such other documents that the department may require from time to time. Then Section 4, additional requirements for tour operator using a motor vehicle. So, no tour operator shall use any motor vehicle while conducting tours or transporting tourists unless such motor vehicle is accredited with the department and sporting a tourist plate. Then we have Section 5, minimum office requirements. So the tour operator shall comply with the following office requirements. We have it shall be located in a commercial district and not in a residential district, and it must be easily identifiable and shall be used exclusively for the tour operation business. Accreditation under the International Air Transport Association or IATA. So, IATA accredits two distinctive types of travel agencies: the airline-appointed agencies holding ticket stocks are capable of e-ticketing, and all other categories of travel agencies called Travel Sales Intermediary or TSI agency. Airline appointed services. So when a travel agency is appointed by the airline through IATAN, so the owner enters into an agency agreement with one or more IATAN's 79 customer airlines. So any travel agency holding standard and or airline ticket stocks or capable of e-ticketing may apply as IATA airline appointed agency. So the standards for accreditation will be based on the following. So we have managerial qualifier, technical qualifier, premises, financial capability, and security standards. Travel Sales Intermediary or TSI. So, a travel sales intermediary or TSI is a business that is engaged in the sale or brokerage of travel and travel-related services such as cruises, tours, hotels, car rental, bus, and rail transportation. So, TSIs do not hold airline agency appointments or issue airline tickets. Accreditation of tour guides. So, Section 9, requirements for issuance of accreditation. So, an applicant for accreditation as tour guide shall submit the following: proof that the applicant has passed the seminar for tour guides duly conducted by the DOT. Then, certificate of good health issued by any duly accredited government physician. Then, clearance from the National Bureau of Investigation, mayor's permit or municipal license, latest income tax return, and last is such other documents that the department may require from time to time. So, discussion of the law of the accreditation of tour guides. So, the above are the minimum requirements for accreditation as a tour guide by the DOT. So, it is vital that an accredited tour guide must have passed a seminar for tour guides duly conducted by the Department of Tourism of the duly authorized agencies. Responsibilities of business entities engaged in travel and tour services. So, travel agencies need to take necessary precaution by exercising prudence and due diligence at all times. Moreover, a tour guide is supposed to attend to the routinary needs of the tourist, not only when the latter would ask for their assistance, but at the moment such need becomes apparent. So, failure to exercise prudence and due diligence in the supervision of its employee may hold the tour operator liable for moral and exemplary damages. So, by reason of the anxiety caused to tourists, especially when misrepresentations we made on tour packages, or by reason of incompetence of lack of experience of tour guides who have not traveled yet in places of which tour packages are being offered. Prohibition against engaging in recruitment activities. So the law, Article 26, Labor Code of the Philippines, travel agencies prohibited to recruit. So travel agencies and sales agencies of airline companies are prohibited from engaging in the business of recruitment and placement of workers for overseas employment, whether for profit or not. So the discussion of the law. So in addition, the rules and regulations governing overseas employment provide for the following who are disqualified to participate in the recruitment and placement of Filipino workers overseas. So we have travel agencies and sales agencies of airline companies, officers or members of the board of any corporation or members in a partnership engaged in the business of a travel agency and corporations and partnerships when any of its officers, members of the board or partner is also an officer or member of the board or partner of a corporation or partnership engaged in the business of travel agency. So that's all on my report about Chapter 9, Laws Regulating Travel and Tour Services. So I hope that you've learned something. Thank you for listening and God bless.